I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali.
Hello, everyone. This is the Aeronaut and her faithful
Arctic adventurer.
Yeah, there we go. Whatever he said.
I'm putting that on my business card.
Mm-hmm. You do that. Yeah, so we're in the last few hours that we have in Paris. I mean, we're staying the night here. But we're leaving at 1:50 p.m. tomorrow local time. And it's about 10 o'clock here right now, so we're in the home stretch, guys. This is awesome. So, yeah, we're pretty freaking excited. So yeah, here anyway. So this week, what did we do this week? The first day, what did we do?
Bus.
Oh God, I don't even want to talk about the bus. That gives me nightmares.
Okay, so the bus was really, it was good to see a lot of the city, it helped familiarize us, but it was packed with tourists. Hope didn't learn anything, which she didn't like. And the people on the little earphone tell you about the town thing mispronounced all the names.
Everything. They called the Seine. Or they called the Seine
the Seine.
I'm like, are you insane? Yeah. No, you're in.
Anyways, but we got to see, the basic need to sites. You saw Notre Dame, you saw the Eiffel Tower, etc., etc. We did that the first day. We just rode around. Second day, we did it again because we had free bus passes.
Because the Tour de France was going through France.
Go figure.
It was going through Paris or something.
Yeah, and so a lot of the route was closed, so they gave us free passes for the second day. So we jumped out at various places, because you can, and then did photo ops at places, although we didn't really get any pictures of us together because it was hot and humid and we were unhappy.
We're very unhappy.
We stood in a subway entranceway for like 15 minutes because there was a breeze coming down through it just to try to cool off. And eventually we found ourselves at the aquarium because it was air conditioned.
It was wonderful. It was like we just sat there and we sat down there. They had a couple little theaters in there and they were playing this documentary about wildlife in and around some British islands, like not actual the big one, but like little, I think it was like Jersey and Guernsey or something, and it was so soporific that we just fell asleep in there and it was awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, after our major sightseeing stuff, the next day was Death Day. Death Day, where we tried to go to the catacombs. And then two other cemeteries.
Père Lachaise and Montparnasse.
Yes, so we went to Montparnasse. I can't say it. You say it.
Montparnasse.
We went there first and saw some people's graves. Hope got photos with a few.
Yeah, Simone de Beauvoir and Jean-Paul Sartre, which are buried in the same grave. Like, they have one headstone, and it's very romantic and sad. And Baudelaire.
Yeah, and the Statue of Liberty guy.
Oh, yeah, and Bartholdi. If you don't know who Bartholdi is, and you're American, and you even know what the Statue of Liberty is, please just go Google it.
Anyways, we were there, and we were going to go to the catacombs, but the line was around the block just to get in when we first got there. And then when we went back after the first cemetery, it was the same. And so we kind of went, screw that.
Mm.
And then we...
Dead people, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, and then we made our way across town to... You say it because you'll get upset if I mispronounce it.
Wait, what did we do?
The other cemetery.
Oh, Père Lachaise.
Thank you. We made our way there, and we were looking first and foremost for Jim Morrison, but we had they gave us two maps when we asked for a map, and we didn't realize that they weren't the same, and so Hope looked at the number for Jim Morrison on her map and told me the number, and then I looked on my map for it, but it was the wrong area because there were two different maps. So we searched all over, and then it got dark. And then the clouds rolled in.
Which was really, because I looked in it was really weird because I looked at the weather forecast for the day, and what do you know? It said bright, sunny outside, 93 degrees.
Yeah, so
all day.
Here we are in the cemetery with hardly anyone around. Storm clouds are coming in. It's getting windy,
Wearing
and dark,
t-shirts
and creepy. We have nothing to protect us from the rain, and it starts pouring. And guess where we had to hide from the rain?
Yeah, no, and this is not just like pouring. This is what Forrest Gump would call big old fat rain. Like, it was bad.
It was bad enough that we had to get out of it, and we ended up in.
It was what's the word? It was a mausoleum.
Yeah, we ended up in a mausoleum.
And not only was it a mausoleum, but it was like a really old, spider-ridden, like dusty mausoleum, like big old freaking spiders crawling all over the place. Not only that, but it was on the anniversary of the death date of one of its occupants, because there were multiple dead people in there.
Woohoo!
Yeah, and we just stood there for like half an hour in this mausoleum going, hey!
Pretty much. So the rain let up a little. We quickly hunted down Jim Morrison. Couldn't get close to his grave, but got some pictures. And then we were going to go to... Who was next on our list?
Balzac.
And then it started to rain a little more.
Oh, and he did pee off, and there were a bunch of other people, and I wanted to see...
Yeah, it started to rain, and then like we were walking over towards Balzac, and... we saw this cat. And we wanted to see the kid, because it was all wet, and it looked like it just needed a hug.
And we needed a hug.
Yeah. Not that we would hug a strange cat, but we would at least pet it.
I would.
But then this security guard starts yelling. We thought he was yelling at the cat or something. And then she gets closer, and they were kicking us out. They said we had to leave. And so we're like got the boot from the cemetery because of the rain. And they wouldn't even let us stop like under a tree or something to let the rain lighten up. It's like, no, get out, get out, get out. And so we only got to saw one gravestone.
Oh yeah, we only got to saw one. Oh yeah.
Shut up.
No, and
that was the end of that day.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to tell them about Saint-Sulpice.
That wasn't the same day.
No. It was the day before. We got off. It was the tour bus day. The second one.
Go on.
Okay, so second day, one of the things we got off on. It was the most got off on. It was the most interesting, I think, because like we saw Arc de Triomphe, we saw the freaking Eiffel Tower, whoop-de-doo, bunch of stupid. I mean, I took pictures, but not, standing in everybody's way and being rude kind of pictures. But anyways, no, we went to the church. Most recently made sort of famous by the Da Vinci Code. We went in there, and there was a bunch of interesting stuff.
Which you'll have to hear about later, because we're running out of time.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Crazy old, cool church.
Crazy old, yeah, and it's the third time I've been to Mass in France. It was very interesting. But yeah, I'll post something about it in my blog, so you'll see.
Okay, what else? Day after Dead People Day was Disneyland Day, right?
I think so.
We went to Disneyland Paris, and it was pretty cool. There were nice people there, and the drinks had ice in them. And Hope enjoyed herself, despite what she's making faces about now, because some of the roller coasters were really awesome.
Okay. Their Space Mountain's better, and but that wasn't Disneyland. That was Walt Disney Studios.
Space Mountain was in Disneyland. Walt Disney Studios had the Rock and Roller Coaster.
I know, that's what I was saying. They weren't all in Disneyland. Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith. Avec Aerosmith. That may actually be my new favorite roller coaster in the whole world, which is really sad because it's not in California. It was cool.
It was pretty cool. Worth the experience, not worth a trip to Paris just to go there. No water rides.
Maybe
at
Florida.
All. We're going to Florida. They had absolutely no water rides. And it was hot. And it's like, why don't you have anything? Anywho, that was that day. The day after was...
Yesterday? Or the day before?
Remember?
Oh, it was.
It was the day we tried to go to the open air
Yeah, we tried to go to
market.
the open air market, and we sort of did. We sort of did. We went to one open air market because Justin's like, oh yeah, that'll be great. And then it was like, 3 things, and it was by the Eiffel Tower, so of course it's going to be tourist trap. So we went to this other one, which is a much older one, the name of which I've since forgotten and could look up easily if I hadn't packed away all my stuff. But anyways, yeah, we tried to go there, and it was open, but we were starving, so we went over and we tried to have lunch. Well, we did have lunch, but the people there were extremely rude and took like 8,000 years.
We were in the restaurant for almost 2 hours.
It was ridiculous. Like, we just wanted to go in and out.
Wouldn't service us, and so...
Service us?
Give us service?
I know. It's...
What do you call it? That's right, you got nothing.
Bring us our food.
You got nothing.
Anyways,
by the time we got back out, they'd cleaned up the market, and we had gone out there for nothing.
Yeah. And we were mad because it said it closed at 5, and we got out there and we came back out at like 3 or 2. I think it was 2.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be open for 3 more hours because it was like the middle of the week, and it was actually supposed to be open more. Like it was supposed to stay open later that day, but it didn't, and it was closed, and we were so mad, and we're just like, screw this, we hate Paris, let's go home. And so
we tried to go home.
I wasted like €10 on the phone, trying to contact like Aer Lingus or whatever to try and get our
flights changed.
Aer Lingus, that just sounds dirty. Yeah, trying to get our flights changed, but it turns out on top of what we already paid for our tickets, it would cost $2,000 extra per person to change our flight to 3 days earlier. So, like, whatevs. We're stuck in Paris. We're just gonna do what we want to, because we're so over this town, because people are so rude.
Except for the nice people at the restaurant.
Oh, God. Those people.
That can
guy.
be a whole post in itself.
I love that guy. I love that man.
We've got 2 minutes left.
Okay.
So the next day was the Louvre, which was full of tourists, which was annoying, but it was a really cool museum.
Yeah, the stuff, because it's so huge, and the stuff that's less known of, yeah, that was really interesting. We saw a bunch of cool stuff there. Saw the Mona Lisa, but that wasn't very... Mona Lisa is my least favorite thing in the Louvre. Least favorite thing.
It was so crowded in front of that thing, it was ridiculous. We
was
had
ridiculous.
This, like, little guided tour thing that was on a Nintendo DS. But it said, when you got to the Mona Lisa part, it's like, yeah, you're going to be standing here a while. Don't fight the crowd. Just ease in.
Yeah.
There were so many people there. It was horrible.
It was dumb.
Everybody wanted their selfie with the Mona Lisa.
Selfie. Yeah. Channel and Stefan.
Anywho. So that was pretty cool, but we got tired out.
Yeah.
And then today was get people souvenirs day and get a crepe, because we hadn't had a crepe yet.
Yeah, well, actually, no, I had one crepe. I had one crepe in Lyon, and the guy didn't like me because I ordered a ham and cheese crepe with no ham because there wasn't a cheese crepe, and Lyon people are obsessed with meat.
Anyways, we had a great crepe.
It was good.
And we went around at our leisure, and we've had dinner, and...
That was awesome, and they were playing all this blues.
Which wasn't blues at all.
I know. Well, some of it was.
Anywho. That's all. Going home tomorrow. Bye.